Finally made it out of quarantine and I'm in an Airbnb that I rented for a few months. But that process definitely was not very easy. Of course, checking out of the quarantine hotel was great. I was so ready to get out into Korea, eat the great food, go exploring and do so much more. So I was so excited to get out of there. But I actually almost missed my bus out of the place. And I'm not quite sure what they would have done after that, but I didn't want to find out. Very glad I made it. On the day of the checkout, I had to wake up around 6:30 and get ready to make sure I'm all ready to go by 7. And you just head down to the first floor and walk out, and they have someone who's checking you out. I was a little surprised. I thought they would have people come up to the room and escort you out, but no, they just let you walk up. You write down your name when you left, and they sent you off to the designated place that you had chosen. Earlier in the week, they had given me a paper that asked if I would like to go to Seoul Station, subway station, a bus terminal, or if someone was picking me up. And I opted for the Seoul Station because I've been here in Korea before. I can get around. The bus ride itself wasn't that bad. It was an hour long, but it didn't feel that bad because I had found someone on there to talk to. Once we got to Seoul Station, though, that's where the real problems came up. See, I was carrying these two large-sized bags with me, which, normally is not a problem, especially when you have elevators. My problem is I couldn't seem to find the right elevator. I've been to a lot of different subway stations in Korea and normally can find it decently easy, but Seoul Station is a very big station. Lots of things are going on there. So I'd ride an elevator up to one floor, be the wrong train, wrong line, ride it down to another floor, it'd be just not even the right system. The KTX, which is their express train, which does not take you to inside of the city. But over some time, I finally found a place that got me closer, walked around, grabbed my baggage, and because of the lack of the elevator, I decided to opt for the escalator, which was fine. And I felt kind of bad because I was taking up the whole escalator, and that's just not something you normally do here in Korea and probably other places that use escalators. Normally, people on the right side of it are standing and the people on the left are walking up. It makes it very convenient, but with my big suitcases, I blocked the right and the left. I felt kind of bad about that, but at that point I was just ready to go. So Seoul Station wasn't bad itself. I got on the subway too and wasn't super packed, easy to get off and whatever. It's when I arrived to the station I was going to go to my hotel at. I had booked a hotel for 1 week, kind of out of panic. They were asking for address of where I was going to be staying once I arrived in Korea, and I had no idea where I was going to be staying. I kind of went to a different country without planning on what I was going to be doing. Out of panic, I just booked the hotel for a week and said, I'll be staying here after my quarantine, which, caused a problem at the airport. I made it to the station that leads to my hotel. The problem with that one is I couldn't find an escalator or an elevator, and there were lots of stairs. So after about 10 minutes of hauling my suitcases up those stairs, finally made it to the top and set off towards my hotel. Problem is I walked the wrong direction, which made me have to turn around and get to my hotel. Finally, I was so happy to just be there, be done, go rest. I got there early, however. I was just expecting to drop off my luggage and go get food and rest in a cafe. Turns out this place was also a cafe. I didn't know that was a thing, so that was interesting. They, however, had said when I got there that they hadn't had another customer in their hotel for 5 months. So I was the first in 5 months, which was surprising. I guess not really with the pandemic and stuff going on. Not super surprising. Definitely was something I never experienced before. So I had a whole hotel to myself, which didn't matter because I just stayed in the same room. Definitely was an interesting experience. I was always confused when I heard people outside of my room, opening doors and other things. Figured out later it was a cleaning lady. I guess that's where they had their supplies for cleaning, and when they would clean the cafe, they would use the same floor. But yeah, no, being the first one there in 5 months, there was things I forgot to do, like turn on the hot water the first day, things like that. So it wasn't terrible, honestly. The hotel wasn't bad, and they were really nice and helpful. They spoke English, which surprised me. I don't know why it surprised me. Most people who work at hotels speak English, but they were really good. Once that week passed, kind of that waiting period again, but this time I could get more food, which was awesome. I was ready to go to the place I am now, which is an Airbnb that I've rented out for a few months just to stay until I get some more long-term things figured out. This time, however, I learned from my mistake and rode a taxi. The hotel actually was nice enough to call a taxi for me, tell them where to go and things like that, so I didn't have to deal with it. Even though I could have done it myself, it was just so much nicer to have someone else do it. So glad they did that. Arrived to my Airbnb. Great, except that the taxi driver dropped my card while he was doing the payment, and we spent about 10 minutes trying to get it out from underneath his seat. It was very awkward. I heard quite a bit of language. Sometimes that's how it happens. I had to haul my suitcases back up 3 flights of stairs, or I guess up 3 flights of stairs into this new place. Finally got in, then the lights were off. I got a message saying that my lights wouldn't be working, which wasn't the biggest deal for me at that point, as long as the air conditioning worked out. That's fine. Finally got here, set up everything. Don't have to haul the suitcases for another little while. Yeah, so far it's been great to be out of quarantine. I have been extremely blessed. That's the way I like to think about it. Whenever I go walking out and about in the streets of Korea, I have found something I've just loved and just waited for. For example, first time it happened, I was walking and I found this place I love just called Dosmas. There was only like 3 in Korea. I checked because I was going to actually go have some. I was just walking around, wandering, and boom, there was one right near me, just opened. That was my last place, but when I got here, I just started walking around, wondering what I should have for dinner, and boom, a Mom's Touch popped up. Awesome. Next day, I found another Mom's Touch, and a Taco Bell, which is not very common here, which is all good, and something I just really am glad that has happened. Saving a few streets for when I want to have something new and exciting happen. However, over the course of this time that I was here, the restrictions for the pandemic were social distancing, wearing a mask, and that's about it. Nothing new. About 4 days ago, they started doing a new thing where you have to sign your name, put your number, the time you went to, and the time you arrived whenever you go to a restaurant or a store. Which stores use it and which ones don't, I'm not positive, but definitely food places, they have it. It took me a while to memorize my Korean phone number. Through writing it down every single day going to get food, I learned what it was. And yeah, I would show you video of what it looks like or the process of it, but as I was going to do it, I realized I can't really videotape that because it has a whole bunch of people's names and phone numbers. Besides that, nothing's really changed about restrictions that I've seen so far. Something Korea does with the pandemic as well is they will alert you when a new case is found. It's obviously not every single case because that would be a lot of messages, a lot of alerts going through, but it still happens. I probably get about 50 a day just for this. And found out recently too, with typhoons existing at this time of year, I guess, they send you alerts for that too. One of them was telling me, during this time on this day, don't order food and don't go out to get food, just stay inside, be safe. That day passed and it was sunny, so I think they were wrong about the timing. And I'm not quite sure if that typhoon has passed yet. I hope it has. That's what it's been like here in Korea during this time. If you're interested more about the subject, make sure to check out my other video where I was explaining what it was like for me to be coming to Korea during a time like this. If you'd like to keep seeing videos like this, make sure to like and comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe so you stay notified when they release. Till next time. Bye.